Maggie and I are back. This time, oh, thank you. This time I'm here for my end of 2022, beginning of 2023 WIP parade. WIP, for those of you that may not know, is works in progress. Basically all the stitchy projects that we have going on that are not finished. For those of you that don't know me, that maybe stumbled, can't talk. Sometimes I trip over my words. So that's something to know about me. For those of you that may have stumbled upon this video, maybe typing in WIP parade or maybe it just showed up on suggested videos. My name is Shannon. I am from Central Minnesota, thus I am the Sota Stitcher. And this is Maggie. Maggie is truly the star of the show, always. I don't know how long this video will take. I have 58 WIPs, so quite a few. I think more than I had last year, but I did have a lot of finishes last year too. So anyways, this is Maggie when we say that she looks cubby because she's all furry. She's clearly lazy. A little bit about me. I have been stitching a lot, like not a lot, but I've been stitching off and on since I was young. I think maybe when I was 7 or 8, I got my first cross stitch kit. It was a little ice cream cone kit, and I wanted it really bad. It was on one of those little turny things at this kind of general store area, store type thing that had crafts and home goods, and it had a grocery store and a meat market. Like, it had all of the things. I did get that. I stitched it. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. I wish I did, but and then I picked stitching back up. I mean, I think I did some for Girl Scouts too at one point, but then when I was about 18, I picked it back up and did a lot of Precious Moments stitching, and then I did the Monopoly board. And then I put it down again until, so that would have been when I was in 1993, 94-ish. Then I put it back down and picked it back up in early 2000s when I did a Dimensions Gold kit in 9 months for my in-laws for Christmas. Yes, I did that. I worked on it hours every day. It was crazy. And then I worked on a few things here and there until I picked it back up, like legit, like all of us, in 2019. And once I realized that they weren't all just about kits, the rest is history. So that's a little bit about me and my stitchy journey. I have a husband. We've been married. This year will be 25 years. We have 2 kids, 26-year-old son and a 23-year-old daughter, and we are empty nesters. We love it, and well, except for Maggie, but anyways, my WIPs are all in these cubbies, these 3 cubbies. I'm trying to there we go. And they're in date order, so I am going to pause here, grab my first bundle, and we will get started. Okay, I'm back. So like I said, we're going to go in date order. I also am going to be doing WIP Go this year. This year, I really want to focus on WIPs and try to keep my starts as minimal as possible. I think that, so that's my plan. I didn't do horrible last year with starts. I mean, I should take that back. Last year I did Kit Go and WIP Go, and so I did have quite a few starts in the first 6 months, and then I kind of fell off with WIP Go and Kit Go. But this year I'm just doing WIP Go. I'm really excited about the things that I've chosen. I think that they're attainable. They're yearly goals. I don't have to finish them within that month, so, all the things. But let's get started. I have my cheat sheets here, my WIP Go and my list of WIPs. So my first thing is a Dimensions Gold kit that I started on March 6, 2013. And this is on my WIP Go board this year to get 10 hours in. Now, realistically, I would love to finish this year, and the reason why is because my son and his girlfriend bought me a Dimensions Gold kit for Christmas, and it matches this one, so it would be so cool to have them both on the walls at someday. But this one is Aurora Cabin. Maybe a thing that you don't know about me is that I am obsessed with the Northern Lights. Growing up in central Minnesota in the middle of nowhere, we saw them quite frequently. I have not seen them in a long time. Hopefully that'll change soon, but we do get them from time to time in where our camper is a little further up north. So last year I missed it. I went to bed too early and missed them last year, and I don't even know why I did that, but I'm kicking myself. So this year I'm going to be a little more diligent with my Aurora Pro app to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But regardless, this is where I'm at with this. So I would say a little over halfway done, maybe halfway done. I think a little over halfway done. There's a lot more on this edge over here, but so my goal for WIP Go is 10 hours, and yes, I started this back in the tape your edges days, but yeah, so I do think it's beautiful. I really do want that finished and on my wall, so maybe I will give a very good effort to that this year. I am going to put things back in my project bags because with so many WIPs, I just don't want to end up with a mess all over my room. I will try to remember to tell you project bags. This one is a project bag from Becky Noland from Lucy Beam designer. You know what I'm talking about. So in her Facebook group, she sold those. So the next one is I started... Nope, that's not the next one. Okay, next one is the Frida Kahlo portrait that was in a Cross Stitcher magazine. I started this on August 5th, 2019. And this is what I had. This is the chart. And this is what I have done. I also have this on my WIP Go board. I believe, I'm looking. 10 hours. So I do have, quite a bit left to stitch. So we shall see. But I do have, that was a start. Sorry. I'm really having a problem getting this in the bag. All right, next one is Starry Night. Where'd it go? Oh, you know what? I think that was what fell. It doesn't belong in here. Yeah, it's right there. Starry Night, Heaven and Earth Designs by Van Gogh. I started this on September 4th, 2019. And we all know what Starry Night looks like. And this is all I have started. Not much. I haven't worked on this probably since 2019, to be honest. I don't know why, because I really love Starry Night. This is one of my 3 Hades that I have going. So maybe I will get it out and stitch on it this year. maybe. Next is Snow Village. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks. It was one of those ones that had all of the different parts. This one is stitched on 16 count Country French Rain. I don't have all of my fabrics listed, so I'll try to remember to tell you what I do know. But this is on my WIP Go board for a finish. I was working on this in November, and I had made progress on a couple of squares. These I can stitch a square in maybe 2 to 3 days, so I don't think that that's too far of a stretch, but this is how far I am. So I'm on that one on the side, and then there's 4 more below, and then I have to go back and do all of the back stitch. I did not do the back stitch to start with because I didn't want my Q-snap to pull on the back stitches funny. So, but that is where I am with this. Also, I have not ironed anything because too many WIPs, and I would never film this if I had to go through and iron everything. All right, so the next one is Heaven and Earth Designs, Farewell to Anger. I started this on, that was a New Year, New Start, January 1st, 2020. And we all know what Farewell to Anger looks like. If not, Google it. But this is where I am. I'm doing the mini version. And there's so much confetti. It takes so long to get anywhere with this one. Piece of string. I do love it. I should put some effort into this one this year. I do have a painting by Leonid Afromov in my living room, dining room area. It's not painted by him. It's painted by a family member. So he trained people to paint like him in his family, something like that. And we did buy a painting for something January Sun, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's hanging up, like I said. If I can remember, I will post a picture of it here so that you know. That's really fun. All right, next is Hands Across the Sea Sampler by Jane Marshall. Started February 8th, 2020. That was my birthday. February 8th is my birthday. Stitched on 16 count Picture This Plus Legacy using the Mrs. Seda Silk Pack. And this one, I do not believe... No, I did not put this on my WIP board. Excuse me. A mess of flosses. They're all in there. This bag was gifted to me by a friend, so it's not something that she makes, but here is where I'm at with this. Very small start. I will post a picture of what it looks like here. Since actually I have it right here. So that is what it looks like, and this is where I'm at. So, I have quite a bit to go on that. I was, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a WIP go, I was, approaching it thinking, like, do I want to go with all my oldest WIPs to try to get some of those finished? And I did put Frida Kahlo and Aurora Cabin on there. And then there's a few others that are older too that I put on there, just not all of my oldest ones. All right, so the next one is mess. Heartstring Samplery, Baby It's Cold Outside. Started on 2/14/2020. This is what it looks like. And I have a great start on this one. Sense the sarcasm. That's it. That's all I got. I love this piece. Like, why am I not stitching on it? This is on 18 count B Stitch Me Toast. Beautiful. This bag was made by think this was made by my friend Lisa. She does not, she had an Etsy store. She doesn't have Etsy stores anymore. That is who this one was made by as well. So I don't think she's currently selling them, but her bags are fantastic. All right, next is Long Dog Samplers, Cardinal Points with Gentle Arts. It was like a collaboration that they had. It was for the Long Dog Leap Day Sale, hosted by Two Martini Stitcher, on 18 count white. And so the thought was to have this stitched by Leap Day, the next Leap Day, so 2024. I don't know if I'll get it done, but anyways, like I said, started on 2/29/2020, and can you tell I used to do only Ada? This is where, oops, let's see, this is where I'm at. So not a huge start. So we shall see. I do like it. I've toyed around with UFOing it from a time to time, but I'm just not there. Like, I don't hate it. I don't know if that I love stitching on it, but that might change in the future. I do like the design and the saying, so I think I'm probably not going to UFO it, but cute bag from So Much to Love, and with bags that don't have a vinyl front, I do these cute little tags, so. All right. Next is Little House Needleworks Kringles. I actually did make quite a bit of progress on this one this year. Everything called for 30 count Parisian gray, all of the things. Started on April 1st, 2020, and I believe that was actually a market release that year. Went viral. if charts go viral. I guess they kind of can, but this is what it looks like. I love this so much, and like I said, I made quite a bit of progress this year, and that was like in November, I think I stitched on it, but I had half the roof done and only one of the blocks done, so I finished the roof, finished the brick border, and 2 of the blocks. So I do have this on my WIP Go board. One of the squares is to get 1 square done, and then the other one is to get this black roof border done. So those are my goals for this year. Realistically, I'd love to get more than that done, but I was trying to be a little easy on myself with goals. So just because I don't want to set myself up for failure. All right. Next is With Thy Needle and Thread Project Quarantine. This came out at the beginning of the pandemic, and I have this on my WIP Go board for a finish. So that's what this looks like. It's not that big, and I do have a decent amount done. Needle in there. So easily attainable. I think it's so cute. It's beautiful. I love the colors. So that is this one. And did I say I started this on May 2nd, 2020? Don't know the fabric. All right, next is Lindy Stitch's Emily's House. I did stitch on this year. I have it on my WIP Go board again. Let's see, for 10 hours. So this is Emily's House. And I have this on, I don't know. I do know it is a Picture This Plus, but I do not know which fabric. Maybe ale? I don't know. But this is where I'm at. You know what? No, I think I used Called For. Trying to remember what that was. oaken. It is. Picture this plus oaken. So I do know that I got that. And I think before this year, I only had like the door done. That door little block done. So I did make quite a bit of progress, and I'm excited to make more progress this year because I do love it. All right. And this one is in, this was also, okay, I forgot this bag was made by Mama Joan. This one is by my friend Lisa, Stitching Oceans by Lisa. I sent her a bunch of Minnesota fabric and she made me some. This one also is Stitching Oceans by Lisa. All right, next is by Lindy Stitches, A Stitch for Sweet Freedom. And I had this on my WIP goal last year to have a finish. I do have it on this one this year for a finish. So this is A Stitch for Sweet Freedom. And I'm pretty close. The reason why I hadn't gone any further is because I used blue suede for the letters and I couldn't find my skein of it. So then I was seeing that on one of my floss tubes and somebody sent me one. So that was really nice. And if it doesn't match perfectly, I'm just going to go ahead and rip out those letters, not too many, and then finish that up. So I'll be excited to have that done this year. That one was started on June 1st, 2020. Emily's house was May 14th, 2020. I don't know if I said that. This was a bag I got from, it was a charity situation made by the Pineapple House. All right. Sorry, my font is little. Halloween Ouija by Tiny Modernist. So this was a sal that I didn't get very far on, but this is what it looks like. This is a bag by the 805 Stitcher. My friend Tara, I finally got to meet her when I went to the Mana Retreat. That was so amazing. This is everything called for. So I think this is Sandcastle Lugana. I guess I got further than I thought. I mean, that big house is pretty much done. So maybe I need to get this out and just do it because the borders like aren't huge. All right. All right, next is the Red R Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews, and this is what it looks like. Bag by Made from Mama Joan, and this is where I'm at. Quite a bit. Trying to show it side by side. Well, you guys get the gist of it. I was actually hosting a sale on this, and I just haven't stitched on it for so long. But I need to. I am using, let's see, 36 count color and cotton toasted coconut and the called for NPI silks. Let's see, the next one is Blackbird Designs Christmas Garden. This is in a Garon Toten bag. I love their bags, are amazing. Christmas Garden by Blackbird Designs. Everybody probably knows what it looks like. That is what it looks like. It is in the Home for the Holidays book, but I actually have the actual chart for it. And this one I love stitching. I'm actually using a conversion that was based on Lisa Kindred Stitcher, how she finished it with brighter colors, and I love it. And this is how far I am. It is beautiful. I love it. And let's see if I wrote down It's 32 count weeks dye works in the color linen, I believe. That's what I have written down. So must be the colorway linen. Not just linen, because I know that they do have a colorway named linen. Sorry, kind of got goofy when I put it in there. All right. This I did not put on my WIP Go board this year. I probably will work on it anyways because I really enjoy working on that. But okay, next is, so that one was started on July 1st, 2020. The next one is Little House Needleworks Take Me Out to the Ball Game. July 26th, 2020, stitched on 32 count weeks parchment. And I dropped some things. All right. This is what it looks like. And it just reminds me of the Minnesota Twins because, you know, the colors. All right, and this is all I have done. Measly, but this is not a UFO situation. I do love it, and I will stitch it some days. Someday. This is a Made by Mama Joan bag. Trying to make sure I put everything back nicely. Also, this is a mess up here because I had mentioned in some of my floss misses, we still have our Christmas stuff up, and a lot of this stuff goes in the living room, and we just didn't have anywhere to put it, so it got stacked up there for the Christmas season. So mess. All right, next is Blackbird Designs Sweet Little Liberty book. The chart I'm doing is Salute to Abigail. Started on August 14th, 2020. And this is the book, and this is the chart. Salute to Abigail. Let me see if the bigger one is in here. Yes. And I am doing a color and cotton conversion for this. I am using, nope, didn't put the fabric or anything. It looks like a Weeks Confederate Gray. Sorry, I just wiggled that. This is where I'm at. Could easily finish this. But yeah, I'm using a color and cotton conversion with beautiful bright colors, and I love it. If I say that I'm using a conversion and I don't tell you all the colors and you really want to know, just leave a comment below and I will put it in the comments. If I just go through every conversion for floss that I do, we'd be here forever. So I'm going to skip that. But if you want it, I'm happy to share. Just put it down below. And a So Much to Love bag. All right. And the next one is Barbara Anna Designs The Tree of Magic. This was one of those collaborations with Nitka Moscow. I don't think there's any shipping from Russia right now, so I don't think that you can get this, but this is what it looks like. And this is where I am using the kit. It's super cute. I do really like it. So not very far, but I do enjoy it, so this is a bag by the 804 Stitcher. I love New Orleans, and so anytime New Orleans fabrics comes, I get a bag made. All right, so this is it for this section. I'm going to go ahead and time out and get my other bunch out. I'm back. Got that out of there. Next is Mirabilia Winter White Santa, and I did make some progress on this one, and I love it. This is what it looks like. Gorgeous. And I am using Called for Everything, even the fabric. And this is where I'm at. This is a big one. That is part of his robe. I've got a long ways to go, but It's so fun to stitch on. I love it. I'm waiting till the end to do beading because I stitch in Q-snaps, so beading and Q-snaps don't work well together, so I'm going to do the whole thing. And then I'm just noting, I use an iPad to stitch, and I am just like marking boxes that are beads that I need to go back to, and we'll put it in a scroll frame to do that once I'm all done. But we all know that'll be years from now, so... All right. I've got like a piece of fuzz in my hair. Probably from one of the fabrics. All right, next is, oh, and that was started on September 22nd, 2020. Next, where did I leave off? Shannon Christine Designs Jewel Bobbles, and I started this on 11/22/2020 on 28 count color and cotton tea leaves. This one is beautiful. It's got lots of beading, and this is what it looks like. This is like the computer generated. And this is where I'm at. I've not worked on this in a very long time, but I'm trying to see if you can see all of the beading. How beautiful. There's jewels in the middle of those, like in here and here, but I'm doing those last. Same with down in this green area. I think there's some jewels down there too, but I love vintage ornaments. I have a lot of them. In fact, my mom just gave me 3 that were my stepdad's. My stepdad passed away early 2021, but she gave me some of those, and I love them, and I'm so glad I have them. So that is that one. Next is Carriage House Samplings, A Year at Hockran Hollow. It is on 40 count Bee Stitch Me Peanut. And we probably all know what this looks like. And I'm using all of the called for NPI silks, which are beautiful. This is in a Bags Plus thingy. Love that. I did do 1 square this past year, and this is where I'm at. It's gonna be a big one. So I'm done through May. I do have this on my WIP Go board to do 1 square this year. Hopefully I can do more, but I would love to finish this sooner rather than later because I really want to do Christmas at Hockran Hollow and Halloween at Hockran Hollow. So we shall see. All right. This is in a 805 Stitcher bag. All right. Next is Barbara Anna Designs, Dreaming Girl, and this was a sal through Creative Poppies. I am using Bee Stitch Me Sea Glass fabric, and this was started on February 1st, 2021. So yeah, the year at Hockran Hollow was my New Year New Start for 2021. And this is where I'm at on Dreaming Girl. I will try to, I don't think I have a picture. Yeah, I do not have a full picture. I will try to remember to put one up on the screen. But this is where I'm at with this. Not too terribly much left, so I wonder if you can see like the 2 colors that are used in the hair, and it makes a really cool pattern in her hair. It's beautiful. So I do have this on my WIP Go for a finish, I believe. Where is it? Yes, for a finish. So that will be lovely to get done. This is a bag made by my friend Alexis, my amazing girl. She has made me a couple bags and I love it. I think that was like one of her first bags that she made when she started making them. Next one is Leela's Studio Halloween Quaker. We all know what this one is, don't we? There is the chart. And I'm stitching this with all of the called for, except I think I'm doing like a Krynic, or no, maybe Diamant for the witch, and I've used glow in the dark for the white. So this is where I am at. I feel like that's some good progress. I started this on February 14th, 2021. And to my knowledge, I have not made any mistakes. I am worried because that's a lot of different counting and with a Quaker and all of the things, but so far so good. 805 stitcher bag. All right. Next is by Teresa Colgate, Peacemaker, started on April 20th, 2021, and this is the chart. I love her eyes. There, I'll show you when I bring it out. There's so many different colors. There's a lot of confetti, but it just gives her so much depth. And I don't know what fabric this is, but that is where I'm at with her. But look at her eye. Isn't that incredible? Beautiful. I do have this on my WIP Go board for 10 hours. And a Made by Mama Joan bag. All right. Next is a Russian designer. I don't know how to say the name. Nadizhda Mashtakova. And it's Northern Lights. And this is on Bee Stitch Me Artemis. This is what it looks like. And this was for the Sal Cross Stitch BDSM Blends Don't Scare Me. I think that was it. And I have, that's it. That is all. But as I said, I love the Northern Lights, so I really do want to finish this or work on it someday. Just not a priority, but Made by Mama Joan bag. The next one is by the designer All Through the Night, and it's called a Sheltering Tree, and it's in this bag by So Much to Love, and this one is so pretty. I am going to show you my floss on this one. This one I actually started with my friend Andrea. She lives here in Minnesota, and we met at Stitchville, and we wanted to pick out a chart to do together, and this is the chart we picked out. Beautiful. And I don't like that color. Not my colors, but I picked out a Gloriana silk that I had been looking at for so long and tried to figure out something that I wanted to use it for. And finally, I figured that out and used it for this, so I bought that. But this is called Harvest Grape, and it's beautiful colors. And I do believe I have this on... I do not have it on my WIP Go board, but that doesn't mean I won't stitch on it. This is on 40 count Murtaugh by Fabrics from Stephanie. And this is where I'm at. And look, the variegation is stunning. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. And I started that on June 18th, 2021. All right. Next. How many times am I going to say the word next? Let's talk about that for a second. Next is Hello from Liz Matthews, Needle in Hand. This was an Acorns and Threads 25th anniversary Zoom exclusive. I think she's released it with some changes now, but this is with needle in my hand and joy in my heart. And then this little building says A&T's for Acorns and Threads. And I worked on this the day of, which was June 27th, 2021. And that's all I got. Not very much. But that's okay. I know it's on the called for. It was a kit that came, and let's see if I can see what it was. 36 count bisque linen from Color and Cotton. I love that color. It's really pretty. All right. Next is Scarlet House, A Changed World. This was a sale I was doing with Sambry Stitches. She's finished hers. I'm still working on mine. I do not think I put this on my WIP goal for this year. No, I did not. But this is the chart. It's beautiful. And I really actually love stitching it, so I don't know what I'm waiting for. Probably because 58 WIPs. I am doing this on... Don't know. But this is where I'm at. I do know this is a Bee Stitch Me fabric. I'm almost positive, but that is where I'm at. I love this so much. It's, I feel like the colors are always so much muted on the Scarlet House's charts, but they're so vibrant and beautiful. So that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So much to love bag. Called for colors for flosses. Again, I have no idea the fabric. And it looks like it's probably maybe a 36 count, I would assume. Ooh, next is Witch's Hollow by the Primitive Needle. If you've been watching me for any length of time, you know I love the Primitive Needle. I've done a lot of charts. I've done, looking at my wall, Black and Sky, Hoodoo Voodoo Sampler, Mystic Sampler, Witches 9. Those are the ones I've done. And this is the only one I have going on right now. But this one is sorely out of like print. You can't get it unless you buy it in the aftermarket, and they go for a lot of money. I did pay a lot of money for this, but this was literally probably my #1 unicorn for a long time, and didn't bother me a bit. But this is what it looks like. So cool. And I do have this on my WIP Go board. This year I have it on my WIP Go board twice, which would bring me to a finish. So I have one section and then one section, which would be this section and this section, and then I'm done. So I feel like it's very doable. A lot of the really thick stitching was up here more. So I would really love to have this done. And then I think my next one will probably be ABC Hornbook. I'm excited about that one too. And this is on, no idea, but I'm stitching it with Alexis, My Amazing World, and Julie, Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World. And this is where I'm at. Trying to see if I can stretch it out so it's, you don't see that fold, but sorry about that. So you can see there's a lot of heavy stitching in these 3 sections. When you look at this, you know, all of the grass in sections 1 and 3, and then all of the dark stitching, tree and that tower in the section 2. So I feel like these 2 and then this little bit on the bottom where it says Witch's Hollow with a pumpkin is going to be very easily doable to finish for this year. So yay. And this is in a bag. I believe it's by the Vintage Owl Lady or something like that. I am using all of the Called 4 Weeks Dye Works, and it was quite the investment, but absolutely worth it. I wanted it to be true, so. Sorry, I'm struggling getting this one in. All right. Next is, I think we're a little over halfway through. Willow Hill Samplings. I practice Stitchcraft. This one is on my WIP Go board for finish, and you'll see why, because this should have been finished already. I don't have a picture of it, but you guys can kind of get the gist of it. I really just have that border left and maybe something in here. I can't remember. I'll try to remember to put a picture up. But yeah, that will probably take me all of a few hours, to be honest. So that'll be a nice, quick, easy finish for WIP Go this year. All right. Nora Corbett. Oh, so Witch's Hollow, I forgot to list the dates. Witch's Hollow, I started on 8/21, no. A Changed World, I started on 7/11/2021. Witch's Hollow, I started on 8/8/2021. I practiced Stitchcraft, I started on 8/21/2021. And next is Miss Ladybug by Nora Corbett. And I started that one on 8/23/2021. This is in a scrappy thread bag. And this is what Miss Ladybug looks like. Do I have this on here? No, I do not. But this is where I'm at, and I believe I'm using, well, I'm using a 32 count. Oh, I should let you know that I practiced Stitchcraft. It was on Jack-O-Lantern by X Jude Designs. That's a beautiful, beautiful fabric. But this is where I'm at with Miss Ladybug. This stitched up pretty quick. As you see, I don't have a ton left. I don't have it on my WIP Go board, but I wouldn't mind working on this year. And I'm pretty sure this looks like, it's definitely Weeks Dye Works, and I'm thinking it looks like beige, or I think maybe beige. All right. Next is Kathy Barrick, Good Intentions. This one is very embarrassing. This is the chart. When I was at the Amana retreat, I saw somebody stitching this and they did a different colorway, which I plan on doing because I don't like those colors. But, and this is stitched on a blue fabric. I think it was called Cloud by a friend of mine, Sharon. She used to own Classic Colorworks when it was Crescent Colorworks. And this is what I have. I honestly must go this way. Yep, that's it. Honestly, this isn't even really that dense of a chart. It's pretty small, I think. Yeah, 112 by 110. I don't know if I'll stitch out this year. I kind of would like to, because this is so stupid. I mean, it's over a year old and there's barely anything on it. Alright, next is by With Thy Needle and Thread. This is called Santa Stops Here. This was the exclusive that we had for the Amana Retreat in 2021. I started it there. That was the date 10/16/2021. It's since been released, but I do have it in the box instead of a bag. Brenda signed my box. All of the things are in here in this beautiful box. This is what the chart looks like. And then all of the beautiful things in here. Needle minder. The floss drop. I'm not going to take it out. It's going to make a mess. And oh, look, I still have the candy in there. I should probably throw that away. Whoops. We will do that. All right. So that's what it looks like. And I don't have a very big start because I just stitched on it when I was there and that was it. So let's see. I believe this is this window right here. And that is all I have done. I love it. I don't know why I don't stitch on it, but I do have it on WIP Go for 10 hours. So that is good news. 10 hours. All right. And I think no, there's a few more left in this section. All right, next is Crochet Go Go Christmas Advent. Started on 11/20/2021. And this is what it looks like. Really, really cute. Adorable. I did pull it out. I was going to try to work on it in December, but then I started working on the Black Needle Society Santa stamp collection, and I didn't get any stitching in this, but that's okay. I do not think I have... Nope, I don't have it on my list. But this is where I'm at. So I did do center start, and then I did all the borders, worked up, and then did days 1 through 4. And so that is it. I mean, that's pretty good. It's so cute. I love this so much. I definitely think I might try to focus on that in December of this year. Like I did with the Santa stamp collection, because that was like a daily stitch. These are bigger squares. Well, I shouldn't say that. Some of the squares there were bigger, but this is a beautiful Made by Mama Joan bag. All right. My next is a chatelaine. It's my one and only chatelaine, and I started small. I'm doing the mini mandala 3, and I will try to put a picture up here. I don't have one in here, but I do have a really pretty start on this. And it's gorgeous. It's small, so I was just doing the beads as I was going, because it will fit an 11 by 11 Q snap. But it is so beautiful. I love this. I did order the kit through, what is it called? European Cross Stitch, I think. Really, that's the only way to go to get these kits. They can source everything, or the kits are expensive for the beads and the floss. I did go with the NPI version. Has some dinky dies. It's really a cute, they come in nice kits. So I do bobbinate, so all my flosses are bobbinated. This is how the beads come, so you get just enough. There is a petite treasure braid as well. I really, really loved stitching on this, and so I actually do have it on my WIPCO board for 10 hours. And honestly, I'm one of, like, my husband and I love relaxing in the evening, so I can easily get 2 hours of stitching, sometimes 3 every evening, sometimes a little bit during lunch, but I do try to get on my treadmill during lunch, and so 10 hours does go pretty fast for me, so if I'm feeling it, I probably will keep going, but all right, next is Heartstrings Samplery Winter Comes. This was an exclusive through the Homespun Needleworks Facebook group. I am doing the black version. I think you can get these now, though. I think that they've been released, but super pretty. And I got the full kit. And this is where I'm at. Ooh, that is really see-through. Wowza. There. So that is where I'm at. Not a huge start, but I mean, the house is the big part of it. I do have this on my WIP Go board for 10 hours. So overall, I'm really loving the projects that I've picked for WIP Go this year. So I feel like they're gonna be doable. But yeah. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta pull out my next section and then we will be done. Okay. Next is a new Constellation by Plum Street Samplers. It's on 36 count B-Stitch Me Wet Cement. I actually have finished the Heritage sampler. It's on my wall. Well, you can't see it, but it's on my wall. So this was my next one, and then the Quality sampler is next. So this is what it looks like. I started this on June 5, 2022. Oh, I forgot to, so Winter Comes was my New Year, New Start from last year, 01/01/2022. And then, no, that was Mini Mandala was my New Year, New Start last year. Then the next day, 01/02, 2022, I started Winter Comes. And then this one I started on 2/5/2022. And I feel like a really good start. I got that big section in the center done. So that was awesome. That was a beast. I remember I struggled with this because I ran out of the bluish background, and then I had to get another skein. It didn't match perfectly, but then I tried like blending it, and I think it looks fine now. But I remember I was pulling out some and adding some dark. It was a whole thing. But anyways, I do love that, and I put that on my WIP Go board for one section. So either like this section or this section, whatever I decide to do. And maybe I will get more done than that. Erica Michaels, Abra Loni, 1825. This one was my birthday start last year on 2/8/2022. I might be forgetting bags. You can tell which ones are so much to love. So this one is amazing. I'm sorry you're getting a glare, but I just don't want to take them all out. There we go. That's better. This one is so much fun. It is on... I didn't put the color of the fabric, so I have no idea, but this is where I'm at. This is a very challenging one. These eyelets are not like perfect. Some of these, and same with the alphabet, some you're skipping 3, some you're skipping 2. The eyelets, some of them you can go up like from the center up 3 holes, and some are 2. I mean, it was difficult. This was probably the most difficult piece that I've stitched so far. or have worked on so far, to be quite honest. I think Michelle Bendy is stitching this too. That's where I kind of fell in love with it. And I believe that she said the same thing, that this one can be very tricky. So, anyway. All right, Autumn Lane Stitchery, Autumn Town. Started this on 3/1/2022. I love this one. I'm using mostly called for. This is what it looks like, except for I subbed out a couple of colors because I wanted more variegation. So, let me see. This is where I'm at. It is the called for fabric made by Mountaineer Fabrics. It's called Apple something. And so I think I am subbing out the sky for a variegated blue. And then I think the orange trees are variegated now, which is Color and Cotton Jack-O-Lantern. And then Weeks Moss I'm subbing out for I don't know. Oh, maybe, no. I don't know. I have it written down, but I don't know which ones they are. So that is where I'm at with that. I do have this on my WIP Go board for 10 hours. All right. Heaven and Earth Designs is my next one. It is Purple Rain. If you followed me, if you're on Instagram, you've seen it. This is the chart with Prince. Being from Minnesota, I've always been a Prince lover, and when I saw this released, I knew I had to start it. He's big. He's real big. And I am going to see if I can pull up my last posting on Instagram regarding this to tell you where I'm at, because I'm sure I use Pattern Keeper. I'm sure my Kindle's dead in there, so I won't be able to tell you. But I might have actually done more since, oh yeah, since my last posting. I haven't even posted. I've done way more. But I'm going to put a picture up here of what he looks like, and then I will show you. This is where I'm at. And if I'm correct, I'm about 20% done. Now, this middle part where you see this is starting into his hair. And I miss working on this. I haven't worked on it for a while. And so it's definitely a goal of mine to work on it this year quite a bit. Yeah, it's dead. So I can't tell you exactly where I'm at. But as of July 31st of last year, when I hadn't even posted an update, I was 14.61% done. I know I'm like at 20, if not very close to 20% done. But I love this. You can see like where the brush, it looks like brush strokes. And this is how big he is. He is ginormous, and he is going to be above my desk looking at me when I am done with him. So yeah. I would, like I said, I would love to put a bunch of stitches in this year. I like want him done so bad. That's probably why I haven't picked up the other Heaven Earth designs. But I mean, I started this on March 21st, 2022, and I probably haven't worked on it since maybe August. So that's a huge chunk that I've accomplished on that for being just a few short months. So next is Blackbird Designs, What Remains. This was an exclusive with Traditional Stitches at Traditional Stitches in Canada. Ugh. Yeah, can't get that out. Hard to unzip. Okay, anyways. This is what it looks like. I started this on $3/29/2022. Prince, I think I said Prince was started on 3/21. And I am using, I can't remember the fabric. Let me see if it's in here. Nope, no idea. But I am using the flosses that came with it, and they're lovely to use. They're very different. See kind of the texture? But I wanted it to be cooler colors. I didn't want that yellowy background, so I chose a grayish fabric, and this is where I'm at. Beautiful. And I think I have this, yep, I have this on my WIP Go board for 10 hours. Try to get, there we go. Now I can zip it closed easier. All right. Next is Nora Corbett Christmas Tree 2010. And this is what it looks like. I got it from a kit from Stitchville. Beautiful. It's so beautiful. And this does fit in an 11x11 Q-snap, so I am doing the beads right away. And this is done with Belsoise silks. And I think, I love Gloriana, but I feel like Belsoise silks are probably my favorite. They're just so luscious. Ugh. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. And I started that on 4/8/2022. Okay, next is Hands to Work. And Roberts started on 4/23/2022. And I did start this on the flight to Puerto Rico when we went there last year, I believe. But this is fun. This is what it looks like. And I think I didn't work on it a lot. Or maybe I started right before that, I'm not quite sure. But I know this is on a Fortnite Fabrics, maybe called Percy. I'm not sure, but this is where I'm at. So that's the urn and then the top of the house. These colors are so quirky and wonderful. I love the colors. Super fun. All right. This is Stitching Oceans by Lisa Bag. My friend Lisa that I was talking about earlier today. Next is Miss Mary Mac by La-Di-Da. I started this on 5/5, and it's in a Q-snap because I was working on it not too long ago. This is on my WIP Go board for a finish, so I'm not taking it out of the Q-snap, but that is where I'm at. You can see, like, I have No border, I don't think, on this side, but so basically doing that button border now. And this is on my WIP board for finish. And this is in a bag from my friend Alexis, My Amazing World. Oh, she made my Prince bag too. It's meant to look like Purple Rain, and then she had extra fabric, so she used it for the inside of this bag too. All right. Can't get that shut. All right, next is a Mill Hill kit. Buttons and Beads Ottomans, The Haunted Mansion. So that's what that looks like. And this is where I'm at. So you can see I'm working on that mansion. All right, next is by Four Oaks Designs. It's called Rhapsody in Blue, in a beautiful blue bag by So Much to Love. I think this is out of print too, I think. But this was a start on 6/1/2022. And I have no idea the fabric. I think it's a color and cotton. And that is where I'm at. I got that center motif done. I started that for part of my kit go last year. Now I want to try those, but it's that center motif, that big one. And I am using Delft Blue floss from Color and Cotton. And I feel like it's just the perfect blue for this. Ordered a bunch of it from them. Alright. All Forest Embroidery. Strawberry Summer, Summer Strawberry. I don't know which way it goes, but I started that this year, and I started that on 6/17/2022, and this is what it looks like, and I got the kit, and this is where I'm at. It goes this way. Called for Fab flosses that are dyed by Owl Forest, and then their fabric too, which I think is a 32 count something. I'm not sure. It's kind of variegated. It's pretty. I do know that they have an Etsy shop for their PDFs. Like I said earlier, with KnitCon Moscow, I don't think they're shipping to the US, so unfortunately getting their flosses are difficult. Their flosses are just so beautiful. All right, next, this one's a source of pain for me. Nora Corbett Moonglow. And this is started on August 1st, 2022. And the reason why it's a source of pain for me is because I think I have to restart it. I got that far, and then I started to try to work up this side, and the reason is after I took it out of my Q-snap, I found a hole in the fabric. So the Q-snap must have compromised a hole that was already there, and I think I might need to stitch a little more, but I mean, I probably could, but the frame is literally going to be like literally next to it. I think I just really need to take it out and put some more stitches in on that side to see if I can make it work. I'd hate to restitch it. It's beautiful. You know, thinking about this now, I think I'm going to leave it out, and I'm going to make an effort to try that. So I am going to not put that back. I'm going to set this aside. And if I didn't say, that was started on 8/1/2022. Next is started on September 1st, 2022. Autumn Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is what it looks like. It is stunning. Liz sent me that. I'm really very thankful. Liz and I are good friends, and she sends me her new releases. So the minute she sent this to me, I started it. But this is where I'm at. I have no idea the fabric. I need to get better this year about doing that. And I actually am using the Whistle Stop Stitchers planner on my iPad, and I'm documenting at the end of the day, and I am documenting fabrics like when I start, so I will have better data for next year, as you know, better information. But that is where I'm at. And I'm sorry, I'm so itchy today. My allergies have been terrible, and I don't know why. I get really itchy. That's I do have a dust mite allergy. It's pretty severe, so it's probably that, because we have no windows open and, you know, everything's buttoned up. But so there is that beauty. I highly recommend stitching it. It's stunning. All right, next is Margaret Doyle 1850 by Hands Across the Sea Sampler. This one is an exclusive to Kitten Stitcher. I don't know if you can still get it or not. I don't think that you can. At some point, maybe Hands Across the Sea Samplers will release it, but okay. This is what it looks like. I ordered the fabric, so it is Eureka by Fox and Rabbit, and I am using the called for DMC, and I'm using 40 count, and she's little, and she's beautiful, and that is where I'm at. This one's a joy to stitch. Actually, this is actually a little boy. It's not a she. It's a boy, actually, per the documentation on the inside, but... And this one was started, if I didn't say, I'm sorry, 10/20/2022. And I worked on that. The last time I worked on that was when I was in Amana for the retreat. All right, and that was a Crosshatch Quilts bag. Next is the exclusive that we got from Lottie Dot, the Amana Retreat. I started it that day, November 1st, 2022. It's called One Stitch at a Time, and I started it there, and that was about it. But that is what it looks like. It's so pretty in person. And it's on the called for, which is dyed by Michelle Rudy, Farm Girl. And I have a window done. Literally a little window done. And I do not have that on my WIP go board. In fact, I think... yeah, I think I'm done with WIP go board. I got everything, shared everything with you. I'm keeping it in this bag because we got that with the retreat, so that was fun. And then I think I have two more. Oh my gosh. Next is Halloween Sampler by Teresa Kogut, my friend Jaffe. She is Climbing Stitcher on Instagram, and I are stitching this together. That is the chart, so we're breaking it up into pieces. So far we did the top border as one piece. Started this on November 16th, and we're going to start section 2 this weekend. This is where I'm at. It is on a 40 count harvest by Bee Stitch Me. Let me see if it's in here. Yes, After the Harvest by Bee Stitch Me. It's going to be so amazing on this fabric. I love it. So yeah, we're gonna work on that this weekend. So I'm gonna keep that one out. We took December off just because she was trying to finish up with WIP goals, and I was working on that Santa stamp collection. So we're gonna pick it back up for January. And then my last one is my New Year New Start for 2023. So that is my only new start so far this year, and I am working on Botanical Garden by Mirabilia. I love this so much. Let me put this behind it. That is where I'm at. So that's pretty good for just a few days of stitching. This is 32 count anemone by Fortnite Fabric. So it's a really pretty variegated pink versus having a really strong pink. I really like that. So yeah, look at the flowers are so pretty. And I'm working on the purple right now. That's why you can see the floss through it. But yeah, so I will probably work on this tonight yet. Usually for it to be a new start, this is kind of my newer thing as of last year when I was doing kit goal, is 5 days. So today is the 4th. So I might work on it today and tomorrow and then be done with it and put it away so I can work on other things. But because I do want to get started. My WIP Go calls for January were Snow Village and Kringles for that border. So I'm going to pull that out. I already have the Snow Village out. And then what else am I doing this month? My friend Chrissy and I, she's the Unstitched Stitcher on Instagram. Her and I are going to start a sale together. And then Jaffe and I working on Halloween sampler. That's what I have for plans in January, so we shall see. But that is all for now. I appreciate you watching. I have no idea how long this is. It's probably going to be an hour and a half, would be my guess. But WIP parades usually are. So I would love it if you would subscribe and like and comment all of the things. And I do plan on doing regular floss tubes this year, probably monthly. Part of last year kind of fell off with doing them, but I'm hoping to be able to pick that back up. But anyways, that's all I got for now. I appreciate you watching, like I said, and you guys all take care and happy 2023. See ya. Bye.